Good morning. It is day 58 of our Araroa through hike, and this morning we are back on the Whanganui River. So it is about 20 to 7. We're all packed up at camp here. Had a great night in here last night, so it was quite mild. And we did have a tiny little shower go through, so the tent is a little bit wet, but yeah, it was quite mild, wasn't cold, didn't have any issues at all with possums, and we were the only people in here last night, so it was quite a quiet camp. And in this little spot here there was not much going on, so yeah, looking forward to today. We've got the bridge to nowhere today. Apparently we've got this particular rapid which is called the 50-50. So 50 that you're going to get through it without going over, and I hope that that's certainly us today. The water I think is still a little on the high side. But you know, as I sort of have mentioned, this is the first time I've been down this river, so I really wouldn't know other than what others have said. So yeah, so we'll get going now and check in a little bit later. This is all the activity of getting. Good morning, Alistair.
Hi, Donna.
Of getting ready to go out. So the barrels are all packed, and Steph's there trying to give away somebody else's canoe to the river gods. Yeah, so we're just about ready to go now. It's quite a logistical exercise getting those barrels all safely in and double checked. Well, we have been on the water for like less than 5 minutes and we've already been through our first rapid. So I've got a wet backside.
I got a wet backside.
Thank you, Paul, who I don't think did a top job of navigating. Wet shoes and wet legs. But anyway, look at that beautiful view.
Supposed to hit the cameraman though. Am I supposed to say action? Action!
Oh, the serenity.
I think a goat was answering me then.
Wet shorts, wet shoes, wet toilet paper.
That's the bigger problem.
So, guess who went for a little swim in the river? Well, wet jacket too. So this is what happened. So we
Probably
came
involved
in, yes, and it's actually all Paul's fault. So that's our canoe there, closest to the bank. The other canoe wasn't there, it was further up. But my job, apparently, was to get out of the canoe, climb onto some very slippery rocks with a rope, and then clamber up. And so Paul's job was to keep the canoe very, very close to the bank so that I could do that. But unfortunately, he failed epically, and then the canoe moved away from the bank. Well, I had one leg on the bank and one leg in the canoe. So the only option I had was to go in the water.
But I will be explaining my side of the story later, so that's all right, because it was completely different to what I saw. But I could see it happening.
We're on the little track to the bridge to nowhere. So there's a slip coming up. Oh yes, I can see the caution sign now. So we're going to get past that pretty quick, get down to the bridge, and we might have a little bit more of a look at the slip on the way back. So we think that there's some dock workers coming up, so we just want to make sure that we're down at the bridge before they start their work. Oh yes, look at that.
Yeah, the whole face is covered.
Wow.
It's a big lump of rock.
Alright, we'll turn off the video and get moving. So this bridge was put here just after the First World War, when the area was opened up to farmers to allow them access to the other side of this river. But then within a very short period of time, the whole thing was just abandoned because it was just so difficult to live out here. So there's slips everywhere. You passed one just earlier on, even on the main track, and just such a hard country to try and farm. So hence the bridge to nowhere. So it's a bit smaller than what I thought, you know, just like looking at pictures in the past, but it's quite a substantial bridge though. And it's very high. Look where we get to stop for lunch. So we found this little rocky spot right by the river and managed to get the canoes both in that nice flat water rather than that fast water, and have found a lovely great big tree to have our lunch on. What's for lunch today, Alistair?
Well, I'm having a deconstructed wrap.
Oh,
I already had the bread, and now I'm having the cheese and the beer stick.
oh. Paul?
We're having a wrap with cheese and pickles.
Tasty. And see, you're making yourself a cup of coffee there, Paul?
Yes.
With real milk?
Very nice.
Steph, what's for lunch today?
I ate it already. It's gone.
Poor Steph.
It wasn't very organised actually.
Oh, better organisation tomorrow.
I think so. Well,
So we made it. Second day on the Whanganui River, and we are now at the Tieke Marae where we are camping here tonight. So Doc run a camp here actually on the marae. So So we got here and this school group are in, and well, we have spent the last 2 days very, very carefully making sure that we don't fall into the water, which I actually did. These guys are lining up to jump in the water. So they're practicing for canoe rescue. So they are a school group, they've been on the water now for 3 or 4 days, and I understand that they are going into Tongariro and doing the river in there. So this is apparently a lot calmer for practicing an overboard. But yeah, they've been having heaps of fun in here this afternoon. So a good day today. Didn't intend to go into the water, but did go into the water. And it probably actually wasn't as cold as I thought it was going to be. So I was very grateful that Alistair was actually already out of his canoe, because I honestly didn't have the body strength to be able to lift myself up out of the water on the rock that I was. So Alistair very nobly came and got me out, because Paul was still in the back of the canoe. So I mean, worst case would be that I would have just let go of the rock and floated down the river, because we had life jackets on. But yeah, it was certainly good to be hauled out. We went to have a look at the bridge to nowhere, so that was pretty cool when we dried out. And we got in here maybe about 2 o'clock. So this is nice. So it's got this lovely hut here, and there are some a kitchen in there. There's a dock ranger on site and a bunkhouse. We're in the tent, but there's a bunkhouse. And this is the marae. So when I think it's the iwi is the right word, are here, there is actually an official welcome onto site, but there's nobody here today. So but yeah, how cool is this? Very tidy. The river. Hello. And here's some others that have just arrived. So yeah, so we're just going to have something to eat and get ready for tomorrow. A good day today.